All right, gang. So the monkey fist, and I have Mr. Joe here is going to help me in just a couple minutes with the demonstration. The monkey fist has a loop on one end. It's a braided rope about the length of your arm, and it has a fist on the other side. This fist is made by a knot, and that's why they call it monkey fist. And it can reach around at different angles and curves to hit the target. So to give you an example, do you see how the back is exposed to my partner, but I'm in front of them? If I swing this to the back, I can hit their back from the rear. Now hitting their back, grabbing the rope would pull them into a choke. We'll talk about that. But the first thing I want to tell you how to do is how to draw the tool. I'm going to just roll it up a bit, leaving the loop last, and tuck it in my pocket. The only thing that I should be able to grab simply would be the loop. So from the loop with any finger, I'm going to withdraw. And as I withdraw, I put a grip around the string, which becomes my inside grip. So that's how I draw the tool. If you draw it with your thumb, it's a little easier to get to where you want to be. Now, once you draw the tool, you want to swing the tool. And we're going to do a first swing is like what we call let's do our angle 1. And in our angle 1, I'm going to use the tiger's mouth grip to catch the dragon's or the monkey fist. Then I'm going to swing it back. So I'm going to go 1, capture, 2. Now when I come back to 2, there is a capture. We could do 1, 2. Notice the 2, when I come back after 1, the 2, my hand goes behind my back and opens. That's how I do a rear nunchaku catch. So I swing angle 1 and catch, angle 2 and catch. This is just basic training. Now I can swing up, which would be to the groin area, or to the knee, or shin, or even chin. Then I'm going to swing down. So I'm going to go side, or 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2. Here's here. Up, down. Now I'm able to do it this way. 1, 2, 5, 6. And I'm able to catch it in those moves. When I do the 5, I do a back catch. And when I do a 6, I let it go. Now I could bring the 6 here and catch again. But you choose the way you want. So 1, 2, 5, 6. Now that's the basic swings. Now we would be aiming at these targets. The top front of the head, the collarbone, and the hands. They're going to be our first targets. Head, collar, hands. So I'm going to practice with a strike that would remind you of a redondo. This motion, this motion, this motion. I'm going to hit right to the top. I'm aiming to the top of the head. Here, 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 here. That's my goal. You want to get 10 in a row if you're able, and try to find roughly the same spot each time. When I swing this, there's a small knot on this end. If you can see that, what I have found is holding the knot gives more flexibility, freedom, and angulation with the rope. So it's easier. If I hold the knot, I can change the direction of the swings very easily. But if I just hold the string and rope, I'm pushing it and pulling it a bit more. So I'm asking you to drive the monkey fist rather than push it. So this is pushing or pulling it a bit. So I'm driving it a bit. So that's one thing I have discovered. Now we're going to show you how we're going to use it in one defense. Mr. Joe's going to be attacking. He'll have a knife. So I'm going to start with my closed position to draw. We're going to go slow. So Mr. Joe, can you come into our battleground? Remember, there's 2 ground, playground, battleground. Right here, sir. Okay, right here, as he moves into my space, I want to become more reactive. Don't let somebody get very close and then you start to react. When he starts to move in, I'm going to blade. What that means is I'm going to turn my vulnerable side away from my opponent. So as I see somebody move into my safety zone, I'm going to blade. That brings me into drawing and, oh, sorry. Man, that brings me into blading and striking. So as I move off, I'm going to rotate this redondo toward that hand and arm because it's the closest target. And Bruce Lee taught us to use the longest weapon to hit the closest target. That's fundamental fighting. So as he moves in, I'm going to hit this first. Now I can capture here and go into a control. That's when I just grab the rope and pull my hand away without the loop. It's very easy. But what we're going to do is just talk about strikes. So as he moves, I blade. I counter strike first to the hand. I'm not going to hit you. Second towards the collar or the head. Now, once I get the tool making contact with the head, I want to wrap my arm around with the rope. So here's how that looks. So move in, blade, strike, hit. Whoop. That's what I was doing all day. Grab, grab. Once you grab, you can pull this same noose technique I did on his arm. I'm not going to do that right now. What I want you to do is recognize we're getting to the head. Now, let me show you what that does.